Hey guys, so this is What Music Means to Me, and today I wanted to talk about Beyonce's newest album, Cowboy Carter, which is her first country album. Now, I feel when an artist decides they want to test out a different genre, they're honestly wanting to challenge themselves. They want to see what can I bring to the table with my experience, and especially if it's a genre that you would almost think is very opposite of what you're used to. I think that's just a way you want to challenge yourself and you want to try out something different. Now, I did not know what to think of this album just because when it comes to honestly any album, I'll listen to it. Maybe I'll like a few of the songs. Maybe I won't like any of the songs. Maybe I'll like all the songs. And this is one where all the songs I very much enjoy. Now, I will say, because I want to be perfectly frank and honest, um, there's one song I probably need to dip my toes in again because normally my process is if there's a song that I'm not quite sure about, like if 30 seconds in, you're not, like, I'm not grabbed, I normally then try to like skip through to like the chorus or bridge, maybe a different verse somewhere like a little bit further within the song to see like, okay, now that I hear what's to come, I should give this another listen. I did not follow that process because when it came to that, so the song I'm referencing is Bodyguard. And when it came to that song, I was in the car, so I couldn't like skim through. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like go to the next one. And then we'll maybe come back, like, given all that. I have not gone back yet, and I've heard a lot of people talk about Bodyguard. So I'm like, I'll get to that when I get to it. But given that's one song that maybe I'm not the biggest fan of currently, I call that a win. Like, given the amount of tracks that are on here, mind you, some of them are intros or like uh, little sections, like just little tracks to get you either into the next section, into the next song. So, like, if you consider it a track, that's up to you. But given that the majority of these songs I very much enjoy, and there's just like one currently that I'm like, don't know, I call that a win. Um, a lot of these songs, I think she brings something different. I cannot tell you what exactly that is because when it comes to the genre of country, that's not something like I'm super well versed in. I listen to some country here and there, but like most of the country that I'm familiar with and that I've listened to was like, it's like nostalgic songs. Like it's songs from like early 2000s, late 90s, Dolly Parton mostly. But a lot of that, just because like when I grew up in Tennessee, that's what I listened to. So I cannot tell you in comparison to like today's country, how does this, pan out? How does this work? I get a lot of gospel vibes from these songs, from like the lyric choices, as well as like some of the music and then the harmonies just make it feel angelic to me. If you want to consider that gospel, baby, I don't know, but like there's just a feeling I get, and that's like kind of the vibe I get. But with some of these, so like particularly Ya Ya and Spaghetti, she definitely brings in some extras, again, with her experience, something a little bit different to give it some extra oomph, like some extra flair. And so that is where with this album, yes, it's country, but it there's just a different feel to it. I don't know how else to explain it. But with these tracks, I feel you're getting not only like country artists, But you also have artists like Miley Cyrus, who, you know, she is very much well versed in pop, but also has country ties, as well as just artists that, you know, I don't want to say are mainstream, but are also familiar in other genres. So here, I would say the tracks that I like the most, that I've listened to more than once, are Most Wanted, which features Miley Cyrus, Levi's Jeans, which has Post Malone, Jolene, definitely, Blackbird, definitely. I'll talk about those a little bit later. Yaya, American Requiem, and Daughter. So if you want something a little bit more almost upbeat, I would definitely say Yaya, Spaghetti, Texas Hold'em. But then some of these other ones just have, I don't want to say are slower, but definitely the lyrics hit a little bit differently. But also there's like I mentioned earlier, the gospel vibe a little bit. When it comes to Jolene and Blackbird, those are ones where Jolene is almost like Beyonce's take on Jolene. It's not just a cover. So before Jolene plays, you have Dolly P, which, you know, leads you into Jolene immediately, which is why I recommend you listen to it in order. But then when it comes to Blackbird, that is a song originally done by the Beatles. And so the significance of that song, because I had to do a little bit of research and I want to say it exactly how it was. So what essentially inspired it was a response to the Little Rock Nine incident and overall civil rights movement, wanting to write a song dedicated to the people who had been affected by discrimination. So with this song, who features on it, it works, I think, very well within this album. And, you know, having, again, like I said, the features on here, how it's done, it's beautiful. I highly recommend it. And that's just kind of my take on it. Again, I did not know what to expect from this album, and I'm very pleasantly surprised. It, like I said, a lot of the songs are, you get a variety. Like some are very like upbeat, where, you know, if you've seen anything in regards to Texas Hold'em, you can easily do like a line dance to it. But then some of them I think lyrically just are very beautiful. They are done very well, and then especially what's added in, like I mentioned earlier, it's good. Like if you were hesitant on it, or you are hesitant, give her a taste. Try out some of them. Again, you can use my rule if you want, but you have to use it well, not just, you know, try not to do it in the car. But, you know, that's just kind of my thoughts on it. So feel free, if you've listened to the album, leave your thoughts down below, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.